My name is Giovanni and this is my 2019 Volkswagen Caddy Beach. So new location, new outfit, different day. Actually quite a bit of time has passed since the day that I've recorded the intro for this video. As you can see, I'm not in the beautiful Shell Harbor area. I'm back here in Narrabeen where I reside, and I didn't want to let that little guy go before doing a quick little review here for the channel, because we are moving on to bigger and better things. I'm selling the van after 3.5 years, I think, of having the Caddy Beach. And yeah, I didn't want to let it go without having a short little review. This is not going to be a review about the technical aspects or the specs of the car. I'm going to actually add a link below with a really good video of the review of the car when it came out in 2019, where you can see a bit more detail. But I'm just going to focus on the modifications that I've done, how I use the car, some of the things that I really like, and maybe if you have a Caddy Beach, or maybe not even a Caddy Beach, just a Volkswagen Caddy that's long wheelbase, you can get some of the ideas that I applied and that I had for this van in yours. So let me show you the van. There she is. So the cool thing about this van is the fact that you can use, I think, in maybe 4 or 5 different configurations. So this is the 2019 Volkswagen Caddy Beach long wheelbase, and this I think I can call it special edition called Beach. Comes with a few accessories that you would not find in the other caddies. So you've got a tailgate tent, so a tent that attaches to the tailgate, and all this area here becomes your little house, your tent. You've got a double bed at the back, you've got covers for all the windows, you've got 2 camping chairs, 1 camping table, and something else that I'm forgetting. What else do you get? Oh yeah, and a little side bug screen. Then you can also just attach to the window from the outside when you're camping. So the reason why you can use in different configurations is because what I'm gonna show you in a minute, I don't have all the, I'm not gonna be able to show you all the setups that I've got for the van that I can actually create with the seats and the bed frame and the fridge case that I'm gonna show you. But I'm gonna throw on the screen here a few photos as I explained to you, so you can have a better idea. I unfortunately didn't have the time to do that, or maybe as a good procrastinator, I didn't make the time to do it. But I think with the photos and the explanation and what I'm going to show you inside the van, you're going to be able to have a good idea on the possibilities and what I was doing and how the setup is configured. So you can have it as a 5-seater with the 5 seats inside and the double bed connected to the rails at the back. You don't necessarily have to drive around, of course, with the bed in the back. You can just keep it in your garage, which is something that I was doing. But you can have it as a normal 5-seater. You can have it as a 3-seater with the bed frame that I'm going to show you, and one of the single seats on the right hand side, which is a setup that I was using most of the time. Or you can have it as a 2-seater with the fridge case, the bed frame, and only the 2 passenger and driver seat in the front. Of course, I'm not going to remove them, never. Or you can just remove the whole thing. You can get all the seats out and have a big massive van to help your friends move to a new house. I don't know if you're moving to a new house, but very versatile, a lot of options. I had a little water tank on the other side as well that I think I'm going to show you, but let me show you inside. Everything I'm going to show you I built myself, never had any experience with wood. Went to Bunnings here in Australia, which I think it's Home Depot equivalent in Canada and US. I don't know the name in Europe. Just let me know in the comments below, but I don't know the name of the hardware store in Europe. Anyway, so everything I'm going to show you, I built myself, no experience, just watching videos on YouTube, and yeah, just gave it a good crack, and it turned out pretty good. So let me show you inside. So this is the bed frame I keep referring to. So it's essentially just a box, 2 drawers at the back, a little pocket, 2 little pockets for your essentials. Down here is where I store my stand-up paddleboard, so you can fit up to an 8 foot, 29, maybe even 30 inches wide down here. And this is just a box with carpet all around it. So you've got these 2 storage compartments here at the top that I'm gonna open up and show you. 2 drawers, as I said, I'm gonna open up and show you in a second as well. But let me show you here on the other side. I keep talking about the fridge case. Oh, fix my exposure here. So this is the fridge case, and you've got a little table on the side attached to it, and you also have a little rubbish bin, rubbish can. I don't have the fridge here right now, but as you can see, it fits perfectly right next to the bed frame. So we've got the fridge case over there, the bed frame with the storage, the storage for the board underneath, and the little table works like this. So when you're loading up your fridge with food, when you do your grocery shopping, pretty easy, pretty handy. Got some vents on the side just for ventilation so the fridge doesn't overheat. I don't think it was really necessary, but I just, as a precaution, I just have some holes on the side for ventilation. As you can see, there's a big one here on the other side as well. So let me show you on the other side the storage compartments. So I've got one of them open over there. This is the lid. As you can see, you've got 4 legs, and I didn't use hinges in that case just because when you're hanging out and you have your mattress on top and you want to sit down, you don't want your weight to put pressure on hinges. So I thought that would be a bad idea just to have 4 legs like that. They're pretty solid, and the amount of space here is pretty good. You've got a little bit of room here on the sides as well. So yeah, that's the other one. It's exactly the same. It's just a big sort of removable lid that you can take out and store a bunch of stuff as you go camping. Also, I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, but to be honest with you, I believe that these bags here on the inside are the highlight of this version of the Caddy Beach. It's just so easy when you go on a trip. You don't even have to take any bags with you. You can just remove the bags here. They're attached to the car. They come from the factory like that, but you can buy them aftermarket. But you just get everything out, just get the bags out, take up to your place, load it up with whatever you want, your clothes, your toiletries, whatever you're gonna take on your camping trip. And you put them back, so you don't really need bags with this van when you go on a trip. And you know, I use it for tech gear, for surf gear, for a bunch of stuff, and they're pretty handy. I think they're the highlight, and like I said, you can buy them aftermarket. Oh yeah, also very important, as you can see, I've got 2 sort of like rings here on the side. I'm going to show you a little bit closer. I've got 2 rings, and what I had here was a water tank, a 22-liter water tank that you can put it on this area. A little pump that connects to the 12-volt plug at the back, and you have pressurized water when you finish the surf, and if you want to rinse off and even do the dishes when you're camping, it's pretty good. So these are the drawers I was telling you about. So this is part of my kitchen setup. You can just open over here. They're not really on heavy-duty sliders, but they do the job. They work pretty well. So if I open the other one, I use this area here for my charging gear, my power banks, my camera gear, my drone, cooking utensils, and here my fry pan, pots and bowls, and a little bit of my oils and like salt. Can you still see me? Salt, seasoning. This is kind of part of my kitchen, but when I'm not camping, I just use these 2 drawers for, I don't even know, surfing equipment most of the time. So they're pretty handy. I normally have a little camping table over here with my stove and camping table on the side, and it works pretty well. I think as I was building the setup, I was trying sort of to make the most out of the space that I had to work with. Just the fact that I can sleep inside, have my stand-up paddleboard underneath the bed. I don't have to sleep with anything on a roof racks, which is quite concerning sometimes depending where you are. So I think it's a pretty good use of space. I've also added aftermarket the sunroof on the top, which was a nice little addition when you're falling asleep at night. I have my head normally to that side so you can stargaze as you go to sleep. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I'm really gonna miss this van. To be honest with you, this van was the van that started me into the world of vans. It's my first van, and I doubt that I'll ever have a normal car ever again. Only if it's a second car maybe, but I'm in love with the functionality. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the new van is going to be even bigger and better things. I'm so excited. It's a monster of a van, and I'm going to reveal and show you a little bit more of that in weeks to come here in the channel, in the Drive Surf Camp channel. But I think it was about it. Let me show you a little bit more of this angle here. So I think it's pretty cool. It's nice to show you. So this is what I think is pretty cool. If you can see here, so you have the bed frame. One person can sleep here comfortably. You have the plugs there with the 12 volt, with the lights and everything. You have a little lantern on the side as well. You have cup holders all over the van, and you still have all this area here on this side where you can, that's the rail I was telling you about, by the way. I'm all over the place with this video, but I guess the information is coming across. The rail for the double bed attaches to that rail over there, and even though you have all this area here, you still have quite a bit of space to put your legs here in the morning, get changed when you have the windows all covered up. So you're quite comfortable inside. I use a pretty thick, like 10 centimeter mattress on top, which sort of I hit my head on the ceiling, but I mean, it's a tiny little van. And I think if you think about the configurations and the photos I showed you during the video, you can see that I made, I think, a really good use of space. So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, before I forget, there's a little shelf on the top there as well. That's pretty handy. I use that a lot. I love it. And on top of the window covers, I'm not sure if you can see here, but I have a rail that runs just in front of the shelf over there, and I have another set of curtains that I can put on just to block out everything from that side, so it becomes literally a little capsule for you to have a good night of sleep. So that about wraps up this express review. As you can see, not much planning, but I hope that I was able to convey my message and share a little bit of details about this beautiful van. I'm gonna miss it, even though we're moving on to bigger and better things. I think this van is always gonna have a special place in my heart, and I'll be sad to see you go, but the next day I'm picking up the new one, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to move on quite quickly. If you have any questions, just leave them on the comments below. I'll be happy to answer it. It's a shame that I'm not really spending the time that I would like to spend doing the review of this little van, but I think that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the road.